What if I told you that for less than the price of a decent pair of sneakers you could carry a true high-res digital audio player in your pocket, capable of driving your favorite IEMs with real detail and power. Today we're taking a closer look at the FiiO JM21, a compact Android-based music player that packs an impressive 700 milliwatts per channel for under $200. That is a serious amount of power for a device this small and affordable. But raw output isn't everything. The real question is, does it actually sound good? Let's dive in and find out. First up, what is the JM21? At its core, it's a pocketable high-res audio player running full Android 13, equipped with a Snapdragon 680 processor for a responsive interface that feels familiar to anyone who's ever used an Android phone. It's slim, lightweight and easy to use on the go. Now for the audio bits that matter. Inside you find dual Cirrus Logic CS43198 DAC chips paired with dual SGM8262 op-amps, configured in a fully balanced design. That's significant because it gives you up to 700 milliwatts per channel, enough to drive a wide range of IEMs and many over-ear headphones with authority. You get both balanced 4.4mm and single-ended 3.5mm outputs, with the 3.5mm doubling as a spit of digital output if you want to feed an external DAC or bridge into a bigger system. On the wireless connectivity side, the JM21 offers two-way Bluetooth, with support for modern codecs like LDAC, aptX HD, LHDC, AAC and SPC. It also has multiple modes. Android mode lets you run apps like Spotify, TIDAL or Qobuz. Pure music mode locks you into the FiiO Music app for focused listening. USB DAC mode lets it act as a DAC for a computer. And Bluetooth and AirPlay receiving modes turn it into a wireless audio input. For storage there's a 64GB internal plus microSD expansion up to 2TB. Perfect if you have large high-res libraries. Battery life is supposed to be solid too. FiiO claims up to 16 hours on a full charge, enough to get you through most days without a recharge. Alright, this is where the JM21 really needs to shine, because specs don't mean much if the music is not engaging. I tested it using both the FiiO FT1 and FT1 Pro headphones, and to keep things realistic I stuck with the pre-installed FiiO Music app, playing files directly from the internal storage. I'll walk you through my listening experience and break down the sound quality using two of my usual reference tracks. First up was Hotel California, a track brimming with intricate acoustic guitars, rich vocals and delicate spatial ambience. Through the JM21's balanced output, the soundstage unfolded beautifully. The acoustic strums were crisp and well separated, with Hanley's emotive layered vocals hanging in the air, rather than being directly projected. The bass was tight and controlled, never overdone, keeping the mix clean and defined. Especially when paired with the FT1 Pro's exceptional clarity, which prevented any muddiness from creeping in. Then I queued up Lorde's Solar Power, a modern pop track with deep synth bass, airy vocals and wide dynamic swings. Here the JM21's neutrality really played to its strengths. The bass had good definition without overwhelming. Mids were upfront and natural. And the treble ring, particularly those shimmering synths and reverb tails, felt open without harshness. It kind of reminded me of much pricier players that aim for neutrality rather than warm coloration. This combination with the FT1 made vocals feel alive, and with the FT1 Pro it added a layer of detail that made me listen longer than I planned. Overall the sound signature leans neutral and detailed, preserving the character of your tracks and headphones rather than imposing its own flavor. Let's talk both sides, starting with the cons, because it's important to set realistic expectations. My first gripe is the screen size. For my aging eyes it's just a bit too small. I did increase the font size, but you can't go much larger without losing some on-screen text. I know this is a personal issue, but I just really hate having to put on my reading glasses just to use a music player with headphones. The next thing I noticed is that while the battery life looks good on paper, it can vary depending on how the device is used. In real-world conditions, it doesn't always reach the claimed figures, especially when streaming or using the balanced output. Now for the pros, and there's much to like here. The sound quality punches well above its price. It's clean, balanced and capable of revealing micro details without fatigue. The power output makes it versatile from sensitive IEMs up to larger headphones. And the dual mode Bluetooth is more flexible than what most standalone DAPs offer. One positive side effect of the smaller screen and the fact that the battery isn't particularly large is that the JM21 remains impressively compact. It easily slips into a pocket, making it a very portable player. The Android experience makes streaming and app access effortless compared to classic DAP user interfaces. And the inclusion of things like USB DAC, SPDIF and AirPlay Receive turns the JM21 into more than just a music player. It's a portable audio hub. So here's my verdict. The FiiO JM21 is one of those rare devices that feels complete, even at an affordable price. It sounds great out of the gate, it works like a modern Android device, and it connects with your headphones, apps and gear with confidence. Yes, the screen may be a bit small for some, and the battery isn't the largest, so it's not perfect in every way. But when you consider what you're getting, powerful sound, flexible connectivity, solid battery life and the convenience of Android, it becomes a very compelling package. It's easy to recommend this for anyone stepping up from a smartphone audio experience or looking for a real audio player on a budget. If you enjoyed this review, hit that like button and subscribe and let me know in the comments what gear you want me to test next. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.